It's no secret that Motorola has been working on multiple new smartwatches, and they're almost here. We just spent a little bit of time with the new Moto 360s, and there are two different flavors you can go for, one with a 42mm body and one with a 46mm body. Granted, we only got to play with some non-final hardware for a little bit at a press conference here in New York, but everything does feel remarkably polished and smooth. We've got Qualcomm's Snapdragon 400, that's a quad-core chipset running at 1.2 GHz to thank for most of that, and we also have 512 MB of RAM and 4 GB of internal storage. All the usual niceties like the heart rate sensor and the Wi-Fi network support are still here, but we've also got some interesting new features in the software side, the biggest of which is probably what Motorola calls Live Dials, which lets you access apps or app features directly from a watch face. My favorite was Shazam, which let me identify a song immediately with a single touch, which is probably the most elegant Shazam has ever worked. Of course, we've got to talk about design. Motorola has slimmed down the bezels running around the screen, which they claim gives it the best screen-to-body ratio of any Android Wear smartwatch out there. Oh, and the lugs have been moved to the outside of the body, so you'll be able to buy and install new quick-release bands anytime you want, much easier than you could have otherwise. 46mm might sound a little large for a smartwatch body, but it did fit really comfortably and really naturally on my small wrist. There is that 42mm version as well, plus Motorola has rolled out a line of Moto 360s specifically for women, so these have lugs that are closer together for smaller bands and also different bezel designs and finishes. Speaking of those design choices, you can still customize your Moto 360 to the moon and back. If you're going for the standard men version, you can choose from silver, black, and gold for the case, along with bezel colors, bezel treatments, and different bands. Things are a little bit different for women. You can go for silver, gold, or rose gold, and again, you've got different bezel treatments and bands to mix things up even more. It's obviously way too early to pass judgment on the new Moto 360s, but Motorola has done what it does best here, which is take what works, fix what didn't, and reconfigure things into a slightly sleeker, better package for 2015. We are going to be getting a full review soon, so stay tuned for much more.